Our team started working on the PDF app database, and I got the shock of my life. We're studying a total of 21 PDF apps, ranging from very simple PDF readers to complex editors. If we're to buy all of them for a one-time purchase, it's going to cost us $1,150 for each team member. There's only two of us at the moment, so that's a total of $2,300. I never thought studying apps would be so expensive. Of course, there is the alternative to go for subscriptions, which most of them have. It put me on a total of $150 a month just for me, and for the two of us, that is $300 a month. But like the one-time purchase, not all of them have a monthly subscription, so the yearly subscription is available for all of them, except for 4, which are completely free. So for 17 apps, we need 1,500 in subscriptions for 2025 for each of us, which would be a neat 3,000 for myself and Uncle Dan. Yeah, we obviously can't cover a lot of apps at that rate because PDFs are just one niche that we cover. And there I was thinking note-taking apps had become expensive. So looking at these numbers and punching them in the calculator, we just decided to cover these apps in the most logical way possible, looking for the best deals. Which apps make the most sense to buy if you're on a budget, without compromising quality, of course. And that's what we're going to cover in this video. Best apps to buy on a budget for your Mac if you want to work on PDFs. I never thought there'd ever be a free PDF editor on the market. The developers of this niche have systematically managed to make PDF editing very expensive to access, whether it is on the iPad, iPhone, or Mac. So you can imagine the excitement when I discovered PDFgear, a free PDF editor. But as excited as I was, I couldn't help but wonder why it's free. I'm always asking myself, what's the catch? Whenever I see a good deal, just to be on the safe side. And the developers have a decent response for that I found when I went digging on their website. It's a simple classic strategy that we've seen a lot of developers use before. Make the app free for a while to get a lot of users to download it, then charge later. The only difference is that the PDFgear developers are dedicated to affordable pricing for software. That is why they've given us a promise to keep the app free and introduce advanced paid features in the future. That is very interesting because so far, PDF editing has been the advanced part of PDF anything. What could be more advanced than PDF editing? For absolutely nothing, you can add this PDF editor to your Mac and pretty much any other operating system you can think of. Except for Linux, you're pretty much covered. I've only perused through the app just to get a feel for it. It doesn't feel like a free app at all. It's really a good app. Another reason the developers can afford to make the app free is that they have developed several apps. So they're not just relying on one app for income, which is another strategy that we have seen big companies like Adobe use. It makes sense, doesn't it? You definitely want to have PDFgear on your Mac, if at all you've ever tried to edit something on a PDF, because it's free. The next best deal you can get for a PDF app in 2025 is MarginNote 4. It is a research app that will let you work on your PDFs in ways that no other app does. If you like working with mind maps, connecting dots, and information from different notebooks and documents, you will like MarginNote 4. I especially like the fact that you can use it as a simple PDF reader with very simple annotations, or go berserk to create the most complicated mind maps you can from your PDFs. The app can even import videos from YouTube if you like learning from those. MarginNote 4 is my go-to Bible study app. Nothing compares. Starting at $13 for a one-time purchase, you get its Pro version for your Mac. It is missing a few features that you get in the Max version, but it's still worth it. The Max version for the full experience of using MarginNote 4 will cost you $50 once. It's not the cheapest PDF reader on the market, but it's definitely the cheapest research or study app we've found so far. There's also a free version that you can use forever, which can help you get a rough idea of what you can do in the app and to see if this is the app for you before you buy it. And of course, impressive capabilities mean a very steep learning curve. MarginNote is very difficult to master, and I would know because we've been working on the course for the app for months now. It's not been easy. So when you get the app, you have to commit some time to really learn all the different parts and how they relate to each other so you can get the most out of the app. That can put off some people, but if you do go through the trouble, it's definitely worth it. MarginNote also has a subscription option for the Max version of the app. So instead of paying the $50 at once, you can subscribe to the app for $13 a year or $8 for 6 months. If you use the app as much as I do, it's probably best to just buy it for the one-time purchase because that is the cheapest option you have, in the long run, of course. And this purchase will support family sharing, and that's always a great perk to have, isn't it? Highlights is a very interesting app with a fascinating concept that caught my eye. If MarginNote is too much for you, Highlights might just be what you need. The app simplifies extraction of information from PDFs and lets you export those notes as a PDF. Highlights offers the cleanest version we have seen of this so far, amongst all the different research apps that we've tried. It's a lot simpler, and that is something a lot of users could use. $30 a year is reasonable to try this app for 2025. You can save $18 by going for the yearly subscription than if you chose the $4 a month option. The only downside with this app is that it does not have a one-time purchase option. So if you like the app, you have to commit to a lifetime subscription. Considering that there's a free version that you can use forever, that shouldn't be a problem. So if you use Highlights, let us know if you've had any trouble when you didn't pay for the subscription, if you stop paying. We'll only find out about this at the end of 2025, so we'll update you guys then. If using a free PDF editor does not sit well with you, but you're still on a budget, then the cheapest you can get is UPDF. For $70, a one-time purchase, you can use the app on up to 6 devices. Most PDF editors limit a one-time purchase to a single device, but UPDF doesn't do that. And that makes it the best deal you can get if you're out looking for an affordable PDF editor. There's also a yearly subscription for $40, still the cheapest on the market. And we've covered UPDF on the channel before. It's a really good PDF editor. Let us know how you work with PDFs on your Mac. Do you research, study, simply read and annotate your PDFs? Or do you edit them? Do tell. Thank you, Fantastic Human, for watching. Stay fantastic.